Bridging the Gap: English as the Intercultural Connector in Chemical Research and Development. Joining us today, we have the pleasure of hosting a special guest, Camila Caipa.
Progress.
Yes. Hi, Camila. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Mafe.
Thank you for joining us today. How is going?
So far so good. I can't complain. A little bit tired, but good. How about you?
All it's good. I'm doing great, to be honest. The weather is very cold today. It's raining cats and dogs, but it's okay. Okay. Welcome everyone. I'm Mafe, your host, and it is the Intercultural English Interview Project. Um, I'm so excited to welcome Camila Caipa, who has recently completed her chemistry degree from the Distrital University. Our discussion today focuses on bridging the gap English as the intercultural connector in chemical research and development. For instance, we want to understand how English proficiency has influenced your academic journey in chemistry, your perspective on navigating intercultural communication, challenges within scientific community will be highly valuable for our project. Now, before to start, Camila, please feel free to relax. I want us to have an flowing conversation. So,
Okay.
Camila, do you feel that knowing English give you a special access to specializing resources like journals or reference books during your degree?
Yeah, of course. And well, that is because since the beginning of the career, we are we read a lot of books in English because most of the articles that we read for or experiments or laboratories or homeworks are in English. Because here in Colombia and well in Hispanic America we don't have the knowledge and we don't have like all the books that we need just to complement our knowledge. So it's for that reason that since the beginning of the career, so we develop like English skills just to um, just to complement some items inside the career. And well, at the final of my career, so in my last semesters, the English proficiency helps me a lot because I just to work on my thesis project, on my graduation project. So I had to read a lot of books and information in English because was the only the only way to get that knowledge. So yeah, I think that yes.
Yeah, that's a very good point. The necessity of direct access than than just reading. In the other
Mhm.
words, did you English influence your identity as a student, making you feel more maybe connected or to the global scientific community while studying at university, distrital university?
Yeah. So I think so because it turns you from a student in Bogota into a global world when you can understand the keynote speaker at international conference or follow a German scientific research paper. So you feel part of a and also you could feel more confident about your knowledge and about everything because well when you study something like chemistry, so the confidence is very important. So and well the understanding and the knowledge is very important because you will not be able to develop everything and not even teaching everything if you don't understand it all. So it gives you confidence. So yeah.
Yeah, as well as most of the time, research scientific articles are available in English. This allows to stay up to date with the latest developments and trends. Eh, in order to communication, what is the most challenging intercultural barrier when discussing chemistry with a non-native English speaker?
Hmm. Well, to be honest, I think that the vocabulary, because, well, science is something that is pretty specific, right? And well, it's not the same thing to understand the English as a language that understand the language in the scientific environment, right?
Yeah.
So I think that it could be the vocabulary because for some things, since we don't have, well, even in Spanish, because we don't have like the immediate translation, so
Mm-hmm.
it could be difficult. And also, well, as a teacher, so it's difficult just to explain that at the classroom because sometimes, well, even the pronunciation, it
Yeah.
could be hard. And also, well, for a Spanish speaker is pretty hard just to try to get the just to reach, not to get to reach the right pronunciation in order to, yeah, just to connect your ideas and just to explain your point in chemistry. So yeah, the vocabulary.
James, and I completely agree with you. That's a marvelous observation. And the language itself becomes a cultural filter. The transition from our more native style to the scientific preference. For that, concise and decisive communication must be a huge mental change. By the way, mm, I'm curious, do you feel this required adaptation, restructure, how you approach problem solving in chemistry? Maybe a more systematic or professional upgrade?
Yeah. So absolutely did that. So, well, because the English scientific structure first you more systematic method. So you must be clear about your hypotheses, methods, and results. So it translates into thinking more logical, even when is well when writing in Spanish. So yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And personally speaking, the English scientific structure allows access to the instruction, maybe manuals for
Mhm.
specialized equipments and other resources of technical information that maybe not be translated, you know. On the other hand, in your opinion, does the education at Distrital University or universities in Colombia, in our country, provide students with sufficient English tools to succeed in the global scientific research environment?
Well, I cannot talk about the other universities because, well, I don't know the process in other universities, but about the distrital
Distrital?
university, I could say that yes, because, well, from my career, because in the beginning, so we read, well, as I mentioned before, we read a lot of articles in English and even in other languages. So yeah, so the university gave us the tools for the English, yeah, the sufficient English tools to success in the global scientific research environment. And we focus basically on develop those skills because, well, we learn how to teach, right? So those articles help us a lot just to transmit the knowledge. So yeah, I think that is a yes.
Yes, it's right. I agree with you, and I can say that regardless of the career, autonomy job time it's very important. No? Responsibility, self confidence, and self regulation, allowing the student to make decisions about their own learning process. Camila,
Mhm.
to wrap up our interview, what one piece of advice would you give to the future researchers about learning English?
Mm, so I tell them basically that they need to view the English as a professional instrument, not just a subject, right? And well, don't wait for perfection because, well, on my personal path, well, honestly, I learned a lot of English in the university, but also in the daily basis, right? So yeah, basically don't wait for the perfection and just try to try every day hard just to reach the goal about your vocabulary, your speaking, your listening, because well, the English could open you a lot of doors in the
Yeah.
future,
Hmm.
not only in the scientific environment, not only in the business environment, but well, in the life in general. So it could help you a lot to grow up as a person, grow up as a professional. So just be patient with yourself, even if you think that you don't have the skills. You just need to develop that. And yeah, just be patient and be curious about the language. And that's
Yeah, that's right. That's a useful piece of advice. Camila, thank you so much for your time, your insights, and your disposition throughout this interview. In short, we learn English isn't just a subject, it is a cultural filter and systematical tool towards academic potential into global skills in chemistry and in whatever. That's all for our intercultural English interview project on bridging the gap. Thanks. Goodbye in another time.
okay. No, it was my pleasure to being on this interview today. So thanks a lot for inviting me and have a
That's
good
right.
night.
Thanks, Cami.